Well, welcome back, everybody. Happy Monday. It's your boy, Crypto Bro, and we are back at it again with another edition of the daily live stream. Welcome to all the new subscribers that have joined the Blackfire Technical Analysis YouTube community. Welcome. I want to bid you a big ol' happy open-armed welcome to the channel. We are back. It's Monday, and boy, do we have plenty today, and some very interesting things to cover, to say the least. So yeah, that's where we're at. Welcome, everybody. Happy Monday, or early Tuesday morning, however you decide to identify the day. I work a second shift job, so I'm still technically within my Monday. My Monday. It's my Monday, so it's Monday. Whatever. Update. The ceiling's done. Looks fantastic. We are going to add more LEDs in there. I'm going to add one more strip of LED in there to open up the center. I left a lot of dark in that center area. I want it to glow up a little bit more. So we're going to order some LED strips and add a little bit more to the room. I'm going to do something with this back wall here. It turns out that the chalkboard markers that I have, if you didn't already know, the wall behind me is a chalkboard wall, and got some beautiful chalkboard markers, and these happen to react to light in a neon fashion, so I'm hoping to put up a pretty cool design that will pop in and out on the back wall here. Obviously TA related terms and such. Me and my lady are still coming up with a specific design. We have to first clean the wall off before we can do anything, but we still have plans to spruce up the room a little bit. It is a little warmer in here. I will have to be honest with you, so if you see my messy hair during the stream, please don't mind. I don't do my hair for the stream. This is my free time, so my hair is a little messy. It's warm in here. All that extra polyfill, turns out it's a little bit of an insulator, so all the heat from the PC, from the monitors, from the lights themselves tend to build up a little bit in the room, so it is a little bit warm, but I think I'm going to stop rambling here. We're going to go ahead and hop right into the mix of the day here. We're going to go ahead and start off with NASDAQ here, and plenty of things on this chart that I absolutely love seeing here. Obviously, number one, what do we have here? Ooh, very, very close to that extension here. I'm going to go ahead and mark it off. We do have new all-time highs on NASDAQ. And what does that mean for price action? What that means from my perspective is we have a higher low in conjunction with this low here. All this was telling me is that it was consolidation here, a little bit of a fake out dump. Boom. Cross back above the yellow 21 exponential. We got our second candle closure above the 21 exponential. And from my strategy's perspective, I am looking for continuation as a result. Obviously, the 1.272 Fibonacci extension target is still the valid target that we're looking at here, somewhere around 14,500, give or take a few dollars. But overall, I see enough momentum here to be confident in that target being met within the next few days, if not today. Seeing this big old powerful green candlestick, one of the most powerful ones we've had in quite some time, just literally obliterate the all-time high resistance. And now, obviously, per my technical analysis theory, I have to wait for confirmation above this region to confirm it as support before I am confident that the extension will lead to the 1.272 here. Albeit we do have enough momentum here. RSI printing significantly new highs, so bearish divergence as of late is now officially off the table. I do believe all the bearish divergence that we had it has played out. Obviously, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 marks playing off the bottom side of the bullish control zone here, bouncing off the 50 read, boom, taking out the prior high here and printing a new high. If you see higher highs on price action and higher highs on RSI, you literally can't say that there's a possibility for bearish divergence yet. So right now, as it stands, I'm very, very bullish on this. Looking at stochastics here, nice little bounce up off that. I just say neutral zone, somewhere in the upper echelon area of the neutral zone. I need to mark out my my neutral zone parameters here. That's good. Where's the 65 read? I've been doing this on all of my charts. That way I have a little bit of a an indication of where these zones are located, because sometimes I don't like to look. I'd rather just there be some plot points here telling me where the bearish zone is, the neutral zone is, and the bullish control zone is. So, a little bit of a dip below. If we cross back up into the bullish control zone here, I will look at this as a test and support of the bottom side of the bullish control zone. Yes, we did see a little bit of a dip through it. However, I'm looking at it overall, right? And you know, you can't consider this a break if we recover back into the bullish control zone. I won't call that a break at all. But the thing is about stochastics that I am very aware of is, yes, we do have the potential to print bearish divergence on the stochastics. We haven't seen a higher high print with this new all-time high here. You know, obviously RSI playing off that bullish control, bullish divergence here, blasting through the exponential, forcing it back to a positive slope, printing a new high in relation to the prior bearish divergence call high here. But stochastics not following suit here. So, you know, from a stochastics perspective, the call for potential bearish divergence is still on the table unless we see stochastics take out this prior high at roughly 90, roughly the 90 read deep in the bullish critical zone. So, not that that's anything to you know, to say that is concerning right now. Obviously, I'm not concerned with this price action. I'm actually going to be looking for maybe a little bit of a back test to confirm, you know, new tentative support, or just continuation with a rip through the one spot 272. So I'm very confident from the bullish perspective. However, seeing a pullback all the way to the 21 exponential again still would not be out of the question. And just to bring a little bit of clarity from my perspective about this strategy, yes, you did get a little bit of a false signal, a little bit of a bull, or a little bit of a bear trap here, in my opinion, with that secondary candle closure below the 21 exponential. But look, something to coincide with that, we were looking at this resistance, or excuse me, this support as well, as we did not confirm it as resistance, because we saw this candle closure below the 21 exponential, followed by boom, a rip up back above this support level to confirm it as still as support and launching pads. So the 21 exponential moving average strategy here, still very effective, still very valid with this movement here. And as a result, I'm going to be looking for the one spot 272. Everything lining up here. Again, that stochastics cross up looking like it wants to dive right back into the bullish control zone here. This is just a sign that the bulls have control. And obviously, I'll be even more confident seeing RSI dip into the bullish control zone and maintain control within that region. But for now, what I'm looking for personally is a little bit of a back test to confirm a support, or just straight continuation. Closing anywhere below this support, in my opinion, wouldn't be such a good read at 15,169. We'll just call it 1517, right? 15,170 is kind of the read that I'm looking for. I am not expecting this region to break as of now, but if it does break, I will be looking for a more continued pullback to the yellow 21 and possibly even this support here at 14,893. We'll just call it 14,009 would be a general area for me to look at if and when price action decides to break this region and not confirm it as support. But for now, with the power that I'm seeing here, with momentum oscillators turning onwards and upwards, fresh crosses back to the upside here, especially after that bounce off the 50 read here, I am going to be looking for general continuation over the next few weeks, maybe even the course of the next couple of weeks. More or less the same disposition here on SPY. New all-time highs have been confirmed, barely, but enough is enough for me to call it here, and I am going to be looking for extension to the one spot 272 as well. Yeah, somewhere around 45.30 is kind of the target that I'm going to be looking for this asset. Kind of the same read here too, with that break below the 21 exponential, kind of faking traders out on that trading strategy here. But if you see here, we held support here and then boom, broke through resistance, continued onwards and upwards to new all-time high. You got to look at the structure as a whole, right? You can't really look at these lows as, consequential. These are inconsequential lows for me during a consolidation phase. And what I was looking for here was resolution. And we got resolution. We could be looking at, a bigger consolidation phase or just general continuation to the one spot 272 here. Same kind of read here on stochastics, looking for a fresh cross up right here. I do believe if we close here or higher than the all-time high on today's candlestick closure, we will confirm a cross back up here. RSI, kind of confirming the same thing here. A nice higher low being printed on bullish divergence, breaking through that negatively sloped exponential, forcing it back to a positive stature here. The case for bearish divergence on this one does present itself. If we do confirm a top here without continuing any higher, without seeing RSI break this last high here, we will have the case for potential bearish divergence to play out here. But it's still too early to tell. It is something that I am putting on my radar. But for now, 21 is carrying this strategy here, and I am looking for new all-time highs. Dow Jones, more or less the same thing aside from the new all-time high. We still see a little bit of waning momentum here on stochastics. Are we in the 50 read here? We are not. We are close to the 50 read, so we still have a little bit of time to curl back up and meet a new higher low in conjunction with this one here. And RSI here bouncing off that neutral zone, that neutral read here. Boom, back above the exponential. Continuation is my most likely call, unless we get some kind of lower high structure here. That would not be indicative of an uptrend here. If we get a lower high printed here, and I would say I would be confident with a lower high call with any closure below 35,150. I'm going to be looking for that number one. I'm going to be looking for RSI to cross back down, stochastics to continue onwards and downwards, and I will be calling confirmation of a downtrend, right? Even though these are inconsequential lows, we still have to take them into consideration, in my opinion, if we print a lower low. Which, technically from a structural standpoint, we haven't. Just put it on your radar, right? It's it's in the back of my mind that this could prove to be a lower high, and I would look for confirmation of a downtrend if that were to be confirmed. However, with the candles closing the way they are right now, we did break resistance, so it is possible that we look for a little bit of a back test of the L21 exponential here to confirm it as new tentative support. But ultimately, I am going to be looking for new all-time highs, just like Nasdaq and SPY futures here. Again, with that higher low structure, I'm going to be looking at those big three to play eerily similar, and if we do confirm new all-time highs above 35,630, I'll look for a back test to confirm this is new tentative support before looking for the one spot 272, somewhere around 36,215, give or take a few dollars. But again, overall, I'm going to be looking for the markets to play more or less the same way together, right? Ebb and flow went together. The trend is your friend until the end. Until the end of the trend, I have no evidence to support the theory that there's going to be a bear market or anything like that. And to all of you subscribers, to all of you who are in the channel, let me get some water. I want to make something abundantly clear. Please do your own research. Again, I forgot to do it this time, but I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Nothing that I provide will ever be construed as such. But I'm seeing so many wannabes who wanna be good traders and good investors and so on and so forth, trying to crystal ball predict exactly when the market will crash. You cannot predict shit. When they do weather, when they do the weather on the morning news there, it's called the weather forecast. They're forecasting the probability of said events occurring in your local area. I could be a fucking weatherman. Holy shit. There's a 60% chance of rain in fucking Stark County. All right, there's a 60% probability that there's going to be rain in Stark County. Right? It's a forecast. You cannot predict exactly what the weather's going to be, and you can't predict exactly what the stock market's going to be unless you have some kind of illegal insider information. So I do warn all of you guys that are within the channel. The most important factor for making any decision in any investment, any trade, any buy or sell short, any decision that I choose to make is based off of one thing: the analysis of the chart. Okay, the chart is the number one most important thing, in my opinion, to factor in whether you should make a trade or not make a trade. All the other information, to be quite honest with you, is bullshit. Now, I'm just going on a little bit of a rant here, just because I'm seeing so many things on so many stock groups not related to TA at all. Just people saying, "Yep, the market's going to crash. The stock market's going to straight crash." How do you know that? You cannot know that for sure. You can never know that for sure. So if you are preparing your trades or your setups, in my opinion, again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, but in my opinion, your best course of action is to identify a strategy that has a high hit rate and go off of that. Go off the technicals. Go off of what the chart is telling you. The chart is not telling me fucking stock market crash here, but the chart's actually telling me continuation, bullish continuation to the upside. Until proven otherwise, that is going to be my thesis. That is going to be my theory on basically the big three that I looked at, and possibly even more today. So, rant over. We're going to go ahead and move on. Let's check out Dixie. I'd imagine there's going to be a little bit of a pullback, maybe? Yeah, look at that. And this is exactly what I was telling you guys about the other day here. Nice little pullback here. Yeah, nice little pullback here. A little bit of a test of support here. This breakout point here, this prior high is kind of what we're currently testing here. And we're seeing stochastics reject the critical zone here. Not a good signal in my opinion. And then RSI really not putting any bearish divergence, but we are within this uptrend structure here. So the trend is still there. The trend is still there in my opinion. But I did say after achieving new highs upon this breakout point here, I'm going to be looking for any kind of pullback, and we actually broke below the breakout point. Is that a death sentence? No, not a death sentence at all, in my opinion. Actually looking for a potential higher low would not be out of the question within this region here. But nonetheless, I'm still looking for new highs somewhere above 93.80 over time, unless proven otherwise. And that 21 exponential here proving to be the catalyst to this general thesis here. We still remain above the 21. And I would look at this price action as a test of the 21. We did see the 21 lose a little bit of that momentum when price action fell. So we got close enough for me to say, hey, this is potentially a test of the 21 exponential. We're finding new support along this region here at 92.95-ish, give or take a few cents, and potentially looking for a higher low to play out in formation. We have plenty of time left in today's candle before making any definitive decisions, as I stutter my words. However, we do see RSI, boom, printing that higher low here. It's not confirmed, right? We still have time in the candle. If today's candle decides to dip even more, this arrow here that's confirming a low will disappear. Again, that's why I wait for confirmation on everything. So we have 18 hours left in today's candle. Look out for that. Bearish divergence on stochastics clearly played out. We got a high here. Look, and I'll show you. Perfect example of bearish divergence. This high here in conjunction with this stochastics high here, followed by a lower high on stochastics and a higher high on price action. Bearish divergence is playing out. Printing new lows on stochastics, a little bit sign of concern here, but still within the bullish control zone. Yeah, still within the bullish control zone. So anything bullish could happen. Now, if we start breaking that 65 read, there is going to be a little bit more concern, especially if we break that 21 to the downside. And if we do break that 21 to the downside, I'll be looking at this level here, to be quite honest with you. This will be the first level to the downside that I'll look at for the US dollar index. Somewhere around 92.54 will be my projected first target if we break that 21 and fail to confirm a higher low within this region. But if we do confirm a higher low within this region, I'm going to be looking for continuation way past this region and back test of this region here. Boom. 93.57 is going to be the region that I'm looking at for price action to reach if we do confirm a higher low within this region. And that's a soft target, in my opinion. If we confirm another higher low, there's no reason, in my opinion, to see more highs on this price action. So that's where I'm going to leave Dixie here. I think it is time for AMC. Don't you love the technical analysis that is provided? I did mention the other day that it is possible to see consolidation on the 21 exponential with breaks above and breaks below, not confirming any type of signal. And what do we get? Consolidation is still the call for AMC until proven otherwise, right? The evidence that I am being given from a price action perspective, again, barring any stochastics, barring any momentum oscillators, using horizontal support and resistance and price action in general, consolidation. Here's your top side, bottom side, top side, bottom side, top side. This is clearly consolidating. Bro. And this is another example of where I just get so frustrated with all the not the YouTubers, the memes and the stuff on Facebook and social media platforms saying, it's gonna crash to 20 now, it's gonna go to the moon, it's gonna go to $100, it's gonna do this, it's gonna do that. There's no fucking way. There's no way for you to know that for sure. There's never a way for you to know that for sure. Again, unless you have illegal insider information about manipulation of a stock, you have no way to know what's going to happen for sure. And that's why I always rely on the charts here. And the charts are telling me, no, this did not go to the moon today. This did not shoot to $100 today. In fact, all it's confirming to me is consolidation continuation. We got a rejection at the top side of the range here, which tells me projected potentially the bottom side of the range could be easily tested here with a pullback all the way down to $31 even here. And as far as price action is concerned, I'm looking at consolidation until proven otherwise. And that proof otherwise would be a secondary candle closure above the 21 exponential, or more importantly, in my opinion, a break of the daily range here to the upside. Somewhere above 37.30 is what I'm going to be looking for here. Again, on a candle closure confirmation. And if we do get that condition met, I will be looking for upside movement to the next target, somewhere around 40 bucks even. And that's kind of where I'm going to leave that. However, since we rejected this, I am going to be looking for a little bit more of a pullback to the bottom side of the range here, somewhere between 32.30 and $31 is the projected price target for this price action here. Looking at stochastics here, definitely your tell. Just booming through, right? Booming through while price action consolidates. There is nothing being indicated from a stochastics perspective that this is a legitimate move, right? I'm looking for price action movements to be, somewhat aligned with momentum oscillator movements, and we're seeing stochastics here boom, right? Booming through, looking to pierce the bottom side of the bullish control zone while price action consolidates. Tells me nothing. It tells me that the momentum is not real. The momentum is not supported. Consolidation is supported. More importantly here, looking at the RSI, again, more indicative of consolidation here, bouncing between the 50 read and this low here, 41.30 read on RSI. And until we see a break, again, a break of price action above resistance with RSI confirming a new high would be a good signal. A break above resistance with stochastics breaking into the bullish control zone would be another signal. A secondary candle closure above the 21 exponential would be another good signal, right? You're always building a case. You want to build a case before you risk your money, and then manage your risk properly before making a trade. My gosh. Oh boy. Back at it again with another live stream. That's AMC. I'm still pretty bored with AMC until something happens. Now, if you're a range player, very tradable. Very tradable. You have your clearly defined resistance. You have a clearly defined resistance and a clearly defined support that you can easily play off of. So, if you're a range trader, this is probably the perfect opportunity for you to be playing range trades. But me personally, I fucking hate trading consolidation. I always get it wrong. I'd rather play breakouts and breakdowns. And that's why, I particularly like the 21 exponential moving average strategy. So that's AMC. Let's check out MMAT. That is a request. Okay. Warning shot fired number 1. This is a lower low. So there is caution, but look at stochastics, right? Look at the stochastics. Boom. Sharp increase to the upside, right? So there's your, again, these are warning shots. These are not confirmations. I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is my own perspective of the stock market. If you choose to make a decision or a trading or investment decision based off the speculative concept that I provide, it's your own damn fault. Sorry. From my perspective, we have a low. We have a low on RSI. We do see RSIs rounding up a little bit, right? Exponential been forced back to a positive stature. That's warning shot number 1. Warning shot number 2, stochastics fresh cross to the upside, still in the bearish critical zone, so nothing too confirming in my opinion yet. And then price action booming to the upside. What is this, 16% to the upside? Not a bad move in my opinion. Not a bad move at all. But look, we hit the 21, boop, came right back down. While this candlestick formation is indicative of continuation, the most important factor that I'm looking at here is the 21 exponential. Do we print a lower high and continue down deep into the stock market abyss to those projected low targets of $2.70, or is this our reversal? Is this our structural higher low, right? In this formation, this is a lower low, but in the overall formation, when in doubt, pull out. In the overall formation, you can argue that this is a structural higher low in conjunction with this low here. So how does it play? Only time can tell. What I'm looking at is the most important factor is that 21 exponential, right? I'm going to be looking for price action to push through that 21 exponential and close a candle closure above that. But even then, I'm still waiting for a third day, right? Today's day 1, warning shot fired. Tomorrow could easily be warning shot fired number 2. okay, with a candlestick break of the 21 exponential, what will be confirmation for me to take a position on MMAT, and I trust me when I tell you I will take a position on MMAT if the following condition is confirmed: an open and closure above the 21 exponential. I'm not looking for a break and a closure above. I'm looking for a break and a closure above, followed by a secondary candle closure above the 21 exponential. That will be enough confirmation for me to take a position on MMAT. And if that condition is met, even with just a normal break and closure above the 21 exponential here, I do believe it is possible to see the top side of the range here break above 377, and I will look for my projected target to be somewhere around $4.25 for MMAT, right around this region here, or the first high that we printed on this colossal downtrend that was confirmed, right? But that's kind of how I'm looking at MMAT. But if we further reject and come back down and print a lower high, I mean, the $2.70 target is still going to remain valid, probably even lower, right? We'll see we will have seen a breakout structure fail, and boom, downside is the most likely outcome of that as a result. But again, we have a couple of warning shots with stochastics, with RSI, with this big 16% candle, right? So we do have to be alert, pay attention to that 21 exponential very, very, very heavily. I'm actually going to be looking at this very, very deeply over the course of the next 24 to 48 hours to see if I get any kind of confirmation of an actual, actual break of the 21, right? I'm not looking for, a candlestick to just break and close above it. I'm looking for that secondary candle. I'm looking for the 21 to be confirmed as support, which tells me that the market is in agreement. Everybody that's trading within the market is in agreement of pushing price action further up by confirming the 21 exponential as tentative support. And that's kind of how I'm looking at MMAT right now. I don't want to go into all-time high projections or anything like that. For now, I want to stick with the price action that's most relative to my analysis and most relative to the decisions that I might or might not be making. And that's where I'm going to leave that one. Let's go ahead and check out the Hall of Fame. My buddy actually asked me about that today. Same shit. While we do have a higher low, potentially a structural higher low in conjunction with this low, we're still below the 21 exponential, and my disposition will remain the same on this asset as it does MMAT. As long as we remain below that exponential, the potential for a lower high is vast. We do see RSI again. Did we print new highs? No, we did not print new highs here. Although we did break the exponential and confirm a low off the bearish control zone. I'm not looking for anything too significant until we close candles above the 21 exponential. Same thing on stochastics here, crossing back up in the bearish critical zone. Nice, fresh, strengthy cross up with this 10% candle here. But again, we met the 21 exponential and then bloop, sold it. Right? It acted as resistance. So until we break it and confirm it as new tentative support, I'm going to be looking for more downside. If we do confirm a lower high within this region, the first target that I'm going to be looking for is $2.57, but likely less, all the way down into the $2.42 region. However, if we do break the 21 exponential, the first target I'll look for is $3.05, followed by potentially even more. If we can take out $3.05, I have no reason not to look for a higher target of $3.37, maybe even more. But again, I'll let the 21 exponential moving average, guide me in that journey, judge where price action will or will not be, and that's where I'll leave the Hall of Fame. Give me 1 second, everybody. What's the next one? MMAT, I covered that. Let's go to Bitcoin. Let's check out Mr. Bitcoin here. Again, a little boring. Again, when I say it's price action potential, it never means, there's no crystal ball, you guys. There's no crystal ball that tells me, price is going to be at this point by this exact date. There's no such thing as that. anybody that says that there is a possibility for crystal ball bullshit in the market is wrong. You can't predict it perfectly, right? So someone asked me over the weekend, or excuse me, over the last stream, I think it was Friday, if we could see $50,000 target over the weekend. We did see that $50,000 target over the weekend. However, it got rejected, so we still remain below this resistance right at the $50,000 region here, and this is a pretty significant level in my opinion for price action, as we do see price action is consolidating on the shorter term time frames right now. You know, we did see a little bit of a break of the top side of the range and then boom, sold right back into it. So, you know, maybe just extend the overall range a little bit. But, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. It's still ranging, in my opinion, and you know we're starting to see momentum oscillators cool down on the shorter term time frames. And what does that mean for the shorter term time frames? I mean, we're seeing price action still remain above the 21, so I'm not going to get too concerned as far as the 4 hour is concerned. I'm not going to get too concerned on Bitcoin until we see you know 4 hour candle closures below the 21. As of now, we are still on a higher low and higher high structure, so the 4 hour uptrend is still very valid. We could be looking at a potential higher low within this region, although it's been a very tight consolidation period for the last, 4, 8, 12, 16 hours. So, you know, could we be close to resolution? Yeah, we could very well be close to resolution, either to the upside or to the downside. And the 4 hour 21 exponential here is going to be the main catalyst, in my opinion, for that move. Now, looking at the daily, doesn't mean shit. The 21, you know, the 21 exponential is my my area of risk management. And again, I'll show you guys how I do my risk management real quick. For any questions, I always risk manage off the 21 exponential. So you know, you kind of zoom it in. You go to the top of the 21, 2%. So this is my risk management point as of late. So price action could fall all the way to the 21 exponential, and I'm going to remain long until we start seeing decline below the 21 exponential. I actually have a little bit of a, well, not a little bit of, actually a pretty decent sized limit buy, about 1% above. So something like 46,200. Is the entry point for my buy, my long position, because if price action decides to go whoop and come back down to the 21, the argument that another higher low printing is valid, in my opinion, and you know, buying the 21 would provide potential juice to my position, you know, profits, son, right? So, you know, I'm kind of layering in my, you know, my entry positions, and again, I'm just playing the 21. So, you know, I'll give you an example. You know, we saw this resistance here. I was like, all right, maybe we pull back to the 21. Look, boom, pull back to the 21, perfect buy, continuation. And then we saw this resistance here pull back, and I was like, oh, maybe tested the 21. Oh shit, tested the 21. Boom, another buy entry. Onwards and upwards. So, you know, we are achieving new highs in price action formation. We did achieve a new high on yesterday's candle closure. Again, consolidation, definitely consolidation on the 4 hour, the shorter term time frames, but I do believe it is looking for resolution quite soon. And if it is resolution to the upside, I mean, if we break into the $50,000 territory, I would just say $51,000 territory. I think anywhere in this blue box is free game. It's open game. I won't be looking for resistance until 53,165, which I'll go ahead and mark off right now. Bow. That's the, you know, that's the next resistance if we do see upside resolution here, followed by this region here. A little bit of hindsight trading. I don't like to play hindsight too much, but I like to identify potential targets for the future, because Bitcoin moves so fast sometimes, man. It moves so fucking fast sometimes. Like, I gotta be, you know, a little bit more alert on cryptocurrency than I am with like traditional stocks, because the movements are swift and violent, right? You know, if you see a 10% pump up, that 10% is not gonna be gradual. It's gonna be, oh shit, here's 10%, couple hours, there you go, have it, right? So I want to be prepared and looking for and identifying potential targets to the upside if we do see upside resolution here. Now, again, we have the downside potential here. If we continue to see this region reject, pullback is not out of the question to the 21 exponential, and a higher low printing on the 21 exponential wouldn't be out of the question either. Let's look at stochastics though. We do have the case for potential bearish divergence on stochastics. We did print this high here. And now we're seeing new highs on lower momentum on stochastics here. So if we do see a top call, likely we see some bearish divergence play out, especially if stochastics curls back over and confirms a lower high in conjunction with higher high on price actions. RSI, just hanging around the bottom edge of that bullish control zone here, just barely hanging around the bottom side, but we are still confirmed within the bullish control zone. So I am kind of interested to see how price action is going to play, and if we're going to see any kind of resolution. We do see an ascending triangle formation in the RSI formation here. So we're getting to the end of that formation. We're getting to the end of this triangle. So resolution soon, very, very, very possible in my opinion. And again, the formation is not indicative of where it's going to resolve. It doesn't have to resolve to the upside. It doesn't have to resolve to the downside. My brain is just saying prepare for either one, because I have decisions to make on any condition that is confirmed. So as far as Bitcoin's concerned, just be patient. Again, if you're trading the 21 exponential, you have a buy-in opportunity around the 21 if you see price action pull back into it. But again, I'm not looking to sell short at all. Again, that's rule number one. When I'm playing a long position on the 21 exponential, I am absolutely not shorting resistance, right? I don't make every play. I go for the long, and then once it rejects, I'm like, oh, maybe I have a buy opportunity. Another long, followed by, oh, a little bit of a rejection. Another long, right? I'm going for buy opportunities only. I'm not trying to long and then short, and then long and then short. It's too convoluted. It's too complicated. I'm trying to, nurture the position that I'm already in, buying in when the dips occur, and test the 21. We're above the 21. I have no reason to sell short, again, unless we see open and closures below the 21, which, am I confident that'll happen? Not yet. Not yet. Momentum oscillators are obviously bullishly controlled here. Stochastics deep in the critical zone, RSI in the bullish control zone. Unless we see some kind of signal or reversal, which would be a new low printing here, that would be below 44,650. I'm not going to be looking for any kind of short position. So that's where I'm at Bitcoin. I think it is time for requests. Yes, it is. What do we got today? AHT. Ashford Hospitality Trust Incorporated. What the fuck? All right, so actually printing new lows here. Not confident. I think this is one of those ones that I'm not confident in at all as far as a long-term uptrend structure. This one's actually dog shit in my opinion. So we did get a little bit of a bounce off of achieving new lows. I would say that it's not out of the question to see a little bit of continuation to the upside, but again, look at this price action in conjunction with that 21 exponential, right? Still vastly below the 21 exponential. I have no bullish capabilities, no bullish hopium for this one, at the very least until we see open and closures above the 21. However, looking not as similar, but kind of similar to the Hall of Fame and MMAT here with that bounce off the lows, creeping up to a little bit new highs. Let's actually zoom that in. Let's see if that's actually real. Is this a high? That's a high. Where did this close? 13.91, 13.89. No, this is not a new high. So we could be meeting resistance here and potentially opening up the conversation of consolidation here within this region. We already have a couple of touch points to confirm it as consolidation. So, as long as we're within this region, I'm going to be, calling it as such. RSI breaking that exponential, or excuse me, not the exponential. Yeah, breaking the exponential and breaking the top edge of the bearish control zone. However, not confirming new highs. It doesn't look good. I'm not confident in this, you guys. When I look at an asset like this, it tells me that I want to wait a little longer because I don't have any projections, right? I don't have any projections. Maybe we see a pop back up, test the 21 again. But right now we do see the last high here, the last major high, right aligned with this resistance, which is the 21 exponential. So any pop up to that region, I'm going to be looking at with bearish eyeballs to get rejected again, unless we confirm a break above it. For now, again, this is just my trading rules, right? My trading rules tell me price action is still below the 21 exponential. Price action disposition is still down into the stock market death abyss. If we happen to see price action take out this last low here, let me line that support level up a little better. Below $12.68. My next projected target, I believe, is a Fibonacci. Yeah, it's a Fibonacci, which will be all-time lows. We saw all-time... Oh, this is so fucking bad, man. This is so bad. Yeah, the one spot 272 Fibonacci retracement target, about $8 is going to be my next projected target. If we do see more lows confirmed on this, if we see the bottom side of this region here break at 1275, I'm going to be looking for $8. I'm going to be looking for $8 alongside RSI remaining deep in the critical zone for the bears, stochastics reading in the critical zone for the bears, and RSI potentially dropping right back into the bearish control zone. So MMAT, Ashford Hospitality Trust, not looking too hot, not looking the greatest, you guys. And again, this is just my opinion, and I could be fucking wrong. This thing could just shoot up to the moon tomorrow. Who am I to say? Who am I to judge? The only thing I can tell you is, go off the technicals. Whatever the technicals tell you to do it, right? If you identify a perceived edge, of which we have none, take the edge. So that's going to be it for AHT. That one looks like shit. He said short term. He said short term on this. Same thing, consolidation. We got a little bit of a short-term break above the 21 exponential, but this is why confirmation is so vitally important here, because we saw it reject and close back below. So from a short-term perspective, I am going to be looking for consolidation to continue playing out, with a pullback to $12.68 being the most likely. Short-term time frame momentum oscillators, not healthy, not looking healthy at all. RSI, just barely escaping the bearish control zone. Yes, we do have an uptrend structure, but look at how tight and convoluted this is. It's just chop. This is all just chop here, right? Looking at this formation, breaking out of the bearish control zone here, we saw boom. Actual momentum, right? Here, we're not seeing any momentum. We're seeing, the evidence of potential consolidation to continue onwards after seeing this heinous decline in price action. So that heinous decline is still, in my opinion, very likely, or consolidation. Outside of that, I have no upside unless proven otherwise. Unless I see more upside, I have no upside targets for this one, albeit the bottom side of the 21 as a potential upside target. Anything further than that, I need confirmation, and anything lower than that, I need confirmation. Anything lower than the bottom side here, 1270, I need confirmation. Until that point, I'm going to be looking at this as a range. Let's go ahead and move on. Let's check out BBIG, short and medium. Man, look at that fucking candle. It said, yeah, we're going for the 20. Psych! Just kidding. Fuck you. Hold on. See, now this one's going to get me a little bit of trouble, right? Well, again, I try when I do my. I just want to give everybody a heads up, right? When I do my trades, I take the information and I run with it, right? I take the information and I run with it. This candlestick here, this big old long-legged here, right? This reversal style candlestick here, touching the 21. If I was trading this asset, I'd have been shitting a brick if I was in a short. But look, psychologically, you can't let the market psych you out, right? You can't let the market psych you out. There's going to be traps. There's going to be fake outs. And, from someone's perspective, just trading horizontal support and resistance alone, this could have psyched somebody out, right? This easily could have psyched people out. And it looks like it did. It definitely looks like it did. Look at how long this wick is. People bought the shit out of this. People bought this shit up for real. And then, boom, boom, boom. Bull trap. Bear said, nah. Fuck you. Just kidding. Psych. We're coming back down, buddy. We have limit orders for days on the 21 to sell that shit short, right? Boom. Reaction accordingly. Rejection. Boom. Back down. And we got a little bit of a gap open, followed by more downside price action. So, again, price action remains below the 21 exponential. I have no reason to go long. None. Even if we confirm a low here, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter until I see momentum oscillators lining up with a cross of the 21 exponential followed by another secondary candle closure above the 21. I have no reason to enter in a long. If I'm in a short right now, the same disposition. I have no reason to exit or close my short positions. Actually, this wick up could have been a perfect opportunity to add to a short position, and then boom, have that short position go immediately into the profit as soon as you add, right? Candles are closing below the 21 exponential. I have no reason to think, immediately that this is going to pop back up. Now, could we see a pop back up to test this resistance once again? Yes, absolutely. We haven't confirmed a high since this region here, since this test that got rejected at the 21 exponential on the 12th of August, and we haven't been popped up since. So, popping up to this resistance, which has already been confirmed as resistance multiple times, would not be out of the question. But again, as long as we're below the 21 exponential, I'm not going to be looking for this to pop above, right? I'm actually going to be looking at this with bearish goggles for potential rejection down, down, down. You could argue that we are in a higher low structure, but again, as far as this one's concerned, it's not old enough for me to be confident. We just have, all this big range. This is just a big range, right? It's just a big range. So this could prove to be a little bit of something, right? But I have no confirmation. Again, stochastics, down, 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 new lows, bearish critical zone. The bears have control. RSI, down, 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 using the exponential after it was forced to a negative slope as tentative resistance multiple times, right? Resistance, resistance, resistance. I am not going to be looking at this with a different perspective, again, unless proven otherwise. If I get that proof otherwise, then I'm going to say, oh, hey, maybe we have something. Maybe we have something on this from a medium-term perspective. That's the daily. Now let's look at the short-term perspective. Same. It's the same disposition. It's the same disposition. We have a little bit of a stronger signal from a long side on the RSI, but nothing's confirmed until we break that 20 read here into the bearish control zone. And seeing these red candles, ascending red candles, is another addition of not looking good here. Stochastics printing new lows. Everything's pointing to the downside, man. Everything is pointing to the downside as far as this one's concerned. So as far as the bullish perspective, I am not. As far as the bearish perspective, I am. As long as we remain below that 21 exponential. So that's where I'm going to leave that one. Let's go ahead and move on to Fubo. I think this one's a little more exciting. Fubo TV. Back within the range. It's ranging. It's ranging until proven otherwise. Let's look at that. Ooh, hello. I got 2 viewers. Welcome, guys. Thanks for being in the channel. Leave some comments. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. If you are new here and you haven't subscribed and you like the content, hit that subscribe button. Tick that little bell. Hit that like button. Send me a comment. I'll get you into the Facebook Blackfire Technical Analysis community. I'll get you a part of the TA Study group chat that runs consecutively every day. Welcome. Welcome. Thank you for being here. We're going to go ahead and come back. We do have a little bit of an uptrend here on this asset here with that, with that higher low call. Did we print a new low? We haven't. This low is actually higher than all of them. This is still an uptrend. So, RSI looking a little weird. We've got new lows on stochastics. That's not good. But this could be bullish momentum here. Again, I'm looking at that yellow 21. The yellow 21 has played out. And again, every formation isn't always the most perfectly profitable. If you were playing this without taking profits, you would have entered here and exited here 1%, right? That's why adding different indicators. You have a like, sir, already subbed. Hey, thanks, bro. Thanks for being part of the community. If you have any requests, go ahead and drop them in the comment section. I will fulfill them for you. But again, this is one of the instances, from a medium-term perspective, a longer-term perspective, where the 21 doesn't necessarily work if you're trading it blindly. And by blindly, I mean without horizontal support and resistance, without any indicators except for price action and the 21. But if you're using, horizontal support and resistances, look, you have a perfect take profit here, and you have a perfect take profit here. You take profit twice on that position, and then you see the momentum swing to the downside. You saw the rejection of the bullish control zone. You saw the rejection of the critical zone here. That was probably your tell that this move isn't all what it's cracked out to be, right? And then boom, right back below the 21. So we're seeing a little bit of consolidation, a little bit of a fake out, back to consolidation. I'm still looking at 21. I'm not going to be confident on any bullish momentum here until we print candles back above the 21 exponential. Far as price action is concerned, we're hitting this region so many times, confirming so many lows. So this at the end of the day could just be bigger consolidation. Maybe the range starts opening up a little bit. That is possible. Fubo TV though, I don't know, man. You know, this is a lower high in conjunction with this lower high, so you know maybe we have a downtrend, but we need to seek new lows. I'd say since we're rejecting the 21, I would be confident with saying a little bit of a pullback back to 24.87 is likely. However, a little bit of a push towards that 21 is also likely. We do see stochastics crossing back up in the critical zone, and we do see a little bit of a bounce and a new low printing on price action in conjunction with RSI. So, you know, again, this is one of those ones where I'm like, you know, there's no signal. There's no signal for me. I'm not going to be trading it. I have no reason to trade it unless I get a specific signal in correlation with my momentum oscillators lining up with that signal, right? So, you know, as far as price action is concerned right now, I'm going to be a little bit patient. Wait for the next call here. You know, wait for the next one. See what happens. Yeah, I mean, consolidation. Lower high, you know, we could have a downtrend. Again, if we confirm a new low, downtrend will definitely be confirmed. You know me, buddy. I finally have the time to watch your great stream. I love the room, by the way. What's happening with Dogecoin? I haven't done Dogecoin in a while. Got a request from Discovery Unit 1. He says, you know me, buddy. I finally have time to watch your great stream. Love the room, by the way. Thank you. Oh my God, it was a pain in the ass, but we got it done. And he said, what's happening with Doge? I think we'll go ahead and hop on to Doge. Yeah, let's take a look at it. Most likely following Bitcoin here. Yeah, consolidation a little bit. Looks like a bull flag. Be quite fucking honest with you. Definitely looks like a little bit of a bull flag in formation here. I would suggest that if Bitcoin decides to resolve to the upside, Dogecoin likely does the same. But again, with that 21 exponential moving average strategy, you got a clear entry point here at 23. We'll just call it 24 cents, and you're in the profit right now if you're playing the 21. For now, we are consolidating, and that consolidation is tightening up rather quickly here. Closing candles below the 21 on the 4 hour, not a good signal. Is indicative of potential resolution to the downside. We are seeing waning momentum here from an RSI perspective. Many calls of bearish divergence here, and basically resting on that 50 read. If we get more continuation to the downside and a confirmed closure below that 50 read, in my opinion, that is not likely to play out well, and we do see rejection of the neutral zone. Rejection of the neutral zone on a 4 hour stochastic. So short-term time frames not looking so hot. 24 hour though, we still remain within the range. Top side of the range is 33.8 cents, and the bottom side of the range is 29, almost 30 cents. So I would say, you know, wait for resolution upon, you know, the confirmation break above the range or confirmation break below the range. If we do break the top side of the range, I have a target here. Yeah, I have a price action target here. Price action likely to continue on at 36 cents. And then here. Oh, that's not the right fucking one. Here. Yeah, 30, we'll say 40 cents roughly. But a little bit of hindsight trading. You know what it is with Doge. Daily momentum oscillators still more or less, decent in my opinion. We are seeing, that critical read here break. So there is a sign of concern here back into the bullish control zone. Let's go ahead and mark off the bottom of the bullish control zone here just for educational sense. 50 read. And then the 35 read. Boom. So I look at all these, I look at all these zones here as critical reads, including the 80 read and the 20 read here on stochastics. We've already broken the 20 read. It wouldn't be out of the question to see a little bit more of a pullback and then curl off the the bottom side of the bullish control zone. But if we break the bullish control zone, I'm going to be concerned because likely that is a price action in conjunction with a break of the 29 cent read and likely the 21 read. Again, all of my analysis, all of my trades, all of my everything is based off the 21 exponential. So for now, price action remains above the 21. I'm confident that upside is going to be the resolution. However, if we see price action break below the 21, I'm going to start looking for targets much lower. This one would be the first one around 26 cents, and then 23.5 cents. So, Doge is consolidating. That is the disposition. And until I see resolution of that consolidation phase, I'm not going to be looking to take profits or anything like that. So hopefully that helps you out, brother. I'm going to move on to the next one, .USD. Let's see what that's all about. Polkadot. I think, yeah, you know what? Ooh. Ooh, looking very, very similar to Bitcoin, hitting that ceiling of resistance here. And we see stochastics still very powerful in the bullish critical zone with a nice bounce read. Boom, back up. We do have the potential for bearish divergence if we confirm new highs and a lower high on stochastics, but that's a little bit of hindsight. We do see RSI still within the bullish control zone. A little bit more of a back test of the exponential would not be out of the question, in my opinion. But likely this one resolves in the same way that Bitcoin resolves. Medium term, so daily, yeah. So we're looking at the daily, playing real tight with that resistance, right? Playing real tight with that resistance. So it is very crucial to pay attention to see if that region breaks. If we do get a break above, 28.82 and confirm it as new tentative resistance with a secondary candle closure above, I will have no reason to look for extension to, boom, here. We'll go ahead and mark it off. This region here at 34.35 would be my first tentative target. However, seeing more of a pullback to the yellow 21 wouldn't be out of the question. When's our last low? Our last low was confirmed here on the 7th of August. So, we wouldn't be taking out any lows at all if we saw a little bit of a pullback to the 21. That would not be out of the question. Base a higher low before ripping off could also be one of the possibilities within this asset here. But dots looking very powerful, looking very good. Nice V formation here. Pretty new highs above these highs here, using that region as support. We're going to go ahead and mark that off. I do like that read. Consolidation. Again, there's a lot of consolidation in the markets here today. In the past couple of days, and the general disposition is, see if the consolidation resolves to the upside or the downside. And in my opinion, even with this one, if the consolidation resolves to the downside, it still wouldn't be a death sentence for this asset because we haven't printed a higher low since the 7th, all the way back here. So, downside resolution wouldn't be a bad thing, and resolution to the upside, of course, would obviously not be a bad thing. So we have our 2 targets identified. Actually, I'm going to delete that one. With that as a potential target to the downside right there. And look at that. Look at support lined up perfectly with the 21 exponential here. Again, pull back to the 21 would not be out of the question for Polkadot, but continuation is definitely my main disposition for this one upon seeing the consolidation range break. VET, VE, is that VeChain, VET, USD? Oh, I put a G in there. That doesn't belong there. VeChain, US dollar, gonna go with Binance. Haven't looked at this one. Same thing. Consolidation. This one actually looks more like Bitcoin than the Polkadot one here. Same disposition. Got a fresh cross off the bottom side of the bullish control zone. That is a delicious read here. RSI consolidating across the top, or excuse me, the bottom edge of the bullish control zone here. RSI shows a little bit of weakness here, so pull back potentially to the yellow 21 exponential here at 11.5 cents wouldn't be out of the question. But I would still consider that just continuation of the greater range overall. We are on a higher low, higher high structure. When's our last low? Here. I'd say as long as we're above that region, I'd remain, longer term bullish, but, given the 21 exponential, that's what I play off of. If I see a break of the 21 exponential, that's when I go short. If we do break the 21 exponential, I would be looking for my first target somewhere around here. Yeah, that's perfect, actually. Somewhere around here would be my first target here. If we break the 21 exponential, somewhere around 10.5 cents to the downside would be a potential first target if we see the 21 break, and that would be also indicative of the greater range overall breaking to the downside. But consolidation is consolidation. 4 hour probably looks like consolidation. I'm just going to be waiting for the resolution of the consolidation phase. We do have a little bit of a descending triangle here, which is typically, oops, I didn't mean to do that. Descending triangles here is more indicative of, why do I keep selecting horizontal? Can I have my trend line, please? Indicative of potential continuation to the upside. Traditionally, more often than not, we see descending triangles here. Or you could say the ascending triangle. You can call that an ascending, right? Maybe go off of wicks. I'm just playing around. I don't fucking know. No, it's an ascending triangle. Yeah, this is an ascending triangle. So, typically the resolution for ascending triangles is to the downside. But from a daily perspective, again, bull flag, definitely a potential. Let's see, bottom of the formation to the top of the formation. Bottom of the formation, top of the formation. Assumed breakout point would be pretty nice. right? Would be pretty nice. Projected target at 20. And again, this is just a rough estimate. It doesn't mean it has to hit 21 cents, but it's just a rough estimate of the bull flag. If it does, potentially break out to the upside. For now, same thing with a lot of the cryptos right now. We're seeing that tight coiling consolidation, phases on the short-term time frame, and I'm mostly focusing on whether the range breaks to the upside or to the downside. So we have our projected targets to the upside, projected targets to the downside. That's where I'm going to leave VeChain here. ASTR, that's going to be my last request of the day. ASTR, Astra Space. Ooh, this is a stock. So this is a new one. I can't analyze this, although it looks like straight dog shit. Not enough history. Opened on the 20. Oh, actually, what the fuck? Okay. Someone riddle me this. What the fuck happened? I'm missing years of price action here. So we got a closure on 12/24/2009, and then an open on 11/5/2020. Where is the rest of that price action? Doesn't sound new to me. What? You see, oh my god, and that's why I love this shit, because you see so many weird things, and you think of a business, and you think of a business launching a stock on NASDAQ, right? They get listed on NASDAQ, right? And then they consolidate for like fucking ever, and then dump, and then they skip, what, 11 years of price action on the chart? So if someone can explain to me what the hell, I'll give you a high five. That's the only reward I can give you. But what? Nonetheless, I'm missing 11 years of price action. This isn't enough price action for me to be confident on any type of analysis other than this. Let's get a few horizontals in there. A few horizontals. A few horizontals. Lower high. But we have a higher low, right? We have a higher low, right? Low followed by, where's last high? Okay, so we have our last high here. Low followed by a higher high, followed by a higher low. Inconsequential. I'd look at this low as more structural. I would say continuation is probably likely. We do have a nice read back above the 50 read here, confirming a nice uptrend. We got a higher high and a higher low, so we do have a nice uptrend here on price action formation and on RSI. Stochastics though, looking a little, we see a little bit of that pressure forcing stochastics back up on the top edge of the bearish control zone. But again, I want to wait for confirmation on this one. If I do see a secondary candle closure above the 21 exponential, I will be forced to say, yep, continuation, right? That's just based off my strategy. But we only have one good example, two good examples of the 21 playing out well here on this asset. One playing out here, confirming on the 24th of February. And then your sell signal here on the 6th, the 8th of June 2021. So a year you were in that position, almost a year. And then you get confirmation for a long entry here. Wasn't that great? Yeah, see, we don't have enough price action for me to be confident of price action forecasts, right? Forecasting, other than, just off the general formation here, low, higher high, higher low. Potentially looking for a higher high. If we confirm rejection back below the 21 here, I'll be looking at targets much lower than this region here, $9.40 and beyond, to potentially the prior low here at $8.22. Again, if someone can find, I'm going to do some research on this. I'm actually going to save this one. We're going to go over here to the analysis request. We're going to save this one, ASTR. That way I can remember to do a little research as to why we're missing 11 years of price action, because that 11 years of price action would be very nice to analyze this stock. However, it only looks like there's only a year of price action, and I'm not confident with anything that has less than 3 to 5 years of price action. So, yeah. I think that's going to do it, everybody. If you watched the stream today, thank you. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, tick that little bell if you're new to the channel. I appreciate your guys' support. All the support that I can gain right now is very beneficial for the future of the channel. it'll allow me to get more of my videos out and you know, get some more visibility and you know, teach some new people some new stuff and you know, debate with the people who already know stuff. So again, thank you for the support. And that's going to do it for today's stream, guys. Again, thank you for being here. Much appreciated, much love, and until next time, everybody, stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy.